I changed our counter component a little bit where I removed that p tag from here with display the count, and I moved it to another component here, and I call this one in same level with the counter inside our app.js. So what we have our actual counter, which have the button, and we have our display text. And what we do inside our counter, when we click, we actually change the counter state in the upper level. So what we want to do here and what we can test. So only thing we can test here is that when we click with the button, we have to make sure that this function we are passing in the prop is getting called. And also that we can test that isn't getting called with the right value. So that when the event mock comes in, and the chess library help us easily to mock these functions that pass in the props and test them and see if they are called or not. Let's see how to do that. Let's check our test file again. And of course, I think now this test will not make any sense for us because all these things, we remove them. And we want to make sure now what we are testing is when the button is clicked, we have our new prop here. So we say in our test, when button is clicked, should be called. And now let's come here. And what we can do, we can create our mock function easily. Create saying const. Let's call it mock set counter. And you click on it anything you want. And we say jest.fn. So just give us this mock function here that we can use. Now let's just render our component. I'll just copy this one, paste it here. And now what we have a new property which is set counter, and it will be equal to my new mock counter. And we have the new count property as well, which we set it from 0 the first time we render it. Okay. Now let's trigger our click function. Now let's trigger the click on our button. So const button with as before, get the byte text and user event.click. So what I have done here, I just said I'm expecting that my mock set counter, which is this one passed to the property set counter dot mock. So that's we can access through jest.fn dot calls. So those are the calls being made to equal an array of the responses of calls. So I know now I have only one call made. So inside that array, I only have one. If I had two calls, then I would have another array here. Okay. So I know I only have one call now because I clicked the button once. And of course, because first time it was a 0, I'm expecting for it when I click it first time to be equal to 2. So I'm calling this function with 1 as a property, which is here. So in my count, because first time it comes 0, when I click my button, I want this property function set counter to be called with 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. And that's it. So let's now click this. We save it and let's see if it's been called. And yes, it's been called and it's been saved as well.